that Team Fortress fans have been anticipating for almost a decade has been released.
Team Fortress 2 is a class-based multiplayer shooter, so players joining the game choose one of 9 different roles, which will have sort of pretty dramatically different capabilities and weaponry and so on. And then they fight over objectives like capturing flags and capturing territory and so on.
Team Fortress 2 made its debut at 1999's E3, where it earned Best Online Game and Best Action Game. But then in 2000, Valve announced a delay on Team Fortress 2 as they switched over to their in-house engine, Source.
So Team Fortress 2 took us quite a while. We've been working on it for about 8 or 9 years now. Over the years we've worked on it, Team Fortress 2's concept, also the core gameplay has evolved considerably. The version we shipped is versions where people can get in, have fun almost immediately, and then as they start to get over that initial sort of excitement, they realise that there's a lot of depth here.
One of the biggest changes since the 1999 E3 debut came in the form of some very unique character designs.
Team Fortress 2 is sort of the first project where we really had the gameplay nailed down before we started thinking heavily about the art, and so we really had the luxury of looking at the game and saying, well, what kind of art fits this game the best? And so one of the sort of characteristics of the gameplay is it tends to be a little exaggerated, a little over the top. Lots of explosions going off and people flying everywhere and so on. So we really sort of felt that kind of an exaggerated art direction made a lot of sense.
One of Valve's favorite additions to Team Fortress 2 is their Death Cam.
The Death Cam feature in TF2 is built around this idea that whenever you're killed by an opponent, we sort of fly the camera straight into that opponent and we freeze cam him and we show you, this guy's the guy who just killed you. We're really happy with how the Death Cam turned out. It's lots of fun.
And thanks to all the years of hard work and innovations, that's exactly what the crew behind Team Fortress 2 has given us. Hours and hours of over-the-top, action-packed fun. If only real life had a death cam, it would make criminal investigations a lot simpler. Now let's take a look at Valve's ever-so-stylish follow-up to Team Fortress.
The original Team Fortress came out in 1930, towards the end of the Great Depression, and ever since then, gamers have been wondering what the hell happened to the planned sequel. Well, apparently it went through about 3 completely different iterations before Valve finally settled on the one you're looking at here. This is Team Fortress 2, and without giving too much away, it's pretty freaking awesome. Just like in Team Fortress Classic, players can pick and choose from 9 different classes, each with their own unique strengths and weaknesses. The classes are precisely balanced, and therefore there is no best class. For example, you can play as a heavy who has 300 hit points but moves slowly, or you can choose to be a spy who has way fewer hit points but can use stealth to get the job done. It's important to explore each one of the classes and figure out what's best for you. And trust us, each one is extremely unique. Right now, there's only Capture the Flag mode and Control Point mode available, but we're sure Valve will add new gameplay types down the road. The game introduces a new wrinkle to combat. After killing the same person 4 times, you become rivals. Team Fortress 2 also features critical hits. They're just like your normal attacks, but with an extra punch. Because they happen randomly, you can't activate a critical hit. The idea is that the more aggressively you play, the more likely you'll deliver a powerful blow. It was a bit tough to get used to, but we're digging the revamped look of the game. It's sort of like The Incredibles meets Counter-Strike. We'd love to tell you what score we're giving Team Fortress 2, but for that you'll have to wait until the end of the show.
If you woke up and found yourself in a seamless glass cylinder with a not-so-comforting artificial intelligence telling you that you were the latest guinea pig for Aperture Science, what would be the only thing that could make you feel any better?
Cake and brief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test.
Cake? It's like she could read my mind. Portal pits you and your trusty Aperture Science handheld portal device against a series of increasingly complicated puzzle rooms. Use the portal gun to help transport crates, knock over turrets, and even catapult yourself through the air with the greatest of ease. You'll find yourself sidetracked by the possibilities of the portal. You are shepherded by Gladys, an omnipresent AI who seems equal parts friend and foe.
We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one.
If Gladys's deadpan delivery doesn't make you chuckle, then the little sweetheart turrets certainly will. But the real satisfaction in Portal comes from successfully using the portals to traverse seemingly impossible gaps. What could easily have been a demo in Fancy Duds ends up being a hilarious, addictive ride that we only wish lasted longer. At least we get cake when we finish, though, right?
Quit now, and cake will be served immediately.
Freeman.
Oh my God! Gordon!
Dr. Freeman.
Oh, yes. Everyone's favorite theoretical physicist turned underground resistance hero is back in Half-Life Episodes 1 and 2. And no one's not looking for him. Every antlion, zombie, robot, and stalker you can think of. He's a wanted man. And why? Gordon has pretty much just destroyed the Citadel in City 17, and now the whole city is going to blow. In Episode 1, the only way to escape the city is to go back inside it and contain the core of the Citadel. Episode 2 picks up right after City 17 goes Chernobyl. Alex is promptly injured by a hunter. You have to team up with the Vortigaunts to heal her and get her to the main arm of the human resistance. Episode 2 has several new features that fans will welcome. A common complaint about the first few installments was how enclosed the environments were. No more. Everything is much more open, giving you more freedom to move. Speaking of your enemies, the AI here is much improved. Not that Half-Life was ever known for dopey NPCs.
You idiot.
But you really get the sense here that everyone is on the same page, whether to help you or impale you with various pincers. Another thing we've been looking forward to is getting back into the driver's seat.
Shotgun.
There's just something about hanging your elbow out the window and cranking some tunes that makes me feel like a man. A man in a post-apocalyptic hell world. Kind of a combination of Kevin Costner, Mel Gibson, and a Hieronymus Bosch painting.
Get it?
The Half-Life series has always been about four things: a deep story, intense action, clever puzzle solving, and creative manipulation of environment. In the latest installment, though, you really get the sense that all the pieces are starting to come together. And now we only want one thing.
Secretions of the finest quality.
Ew, no. All we want to do is find out what happens next. Unfortunately, Valve's not talking. Yet. But we have ways of getting information.
I'm not even gonna tell you to shut up.
Come on in.
Now it's time for the X-Play Replay.
The orange box has earned itself a 5 out of 5. It's great to get Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 2 Episode 1, but the original content really makes this box a must-have.
Team Fortress 2 is highly stylized, high-intensity fun.
Portal pushes puzzle games in a clever new direction and expands the Half-Life universe.
And Half-Life 2 Episode 2 continues a story we love and lets us spend more time in a world that is fascinating.
Catch an all-new X-Play, weeknights at 8, only on G4.